Get Cloud Curious. I'm Sean Bolin, an AWS Authorized Champion Instructor with New Horizons. I have an AWS tip today about CloudWatch alarms and what the insufficient data message means. First, CloudWatch is our monitoring service inside of AWS. It allows us to do a lot of things like collecting data, monitoring, setting alarms, analyzing what we have monitored out there inside of our AWS environment. One of the functions of CloudWatch is an alarm. Now, an alarm is where you're basically setting a watcher, saying, I'd like to look at this particular item. Maybe it's a performance metric, like if the CPU usage on my server gets above 50%, I'd like to trigger the alarm and then run an action. Maybe send me an email, or maybe I'm going to trigger an action in another program. Alarms are part of CloudWatch. It allows us to start programming some automation. When we create an alarm, the alarm itself will be in one of three states: OK, alarm, or insufficient data. OK is pretty simple. The metric or trigger for your alarm hasn't been tripped yet. My example, my CPU usage has not been over 50% for the defined period. Alarm means the alarm has been tripped. It's going off. My threshold has been exceeded. The one that's a little bit confusing for people is insufficient data. Now, technically, insufficient data means not enough data, as you would think. Now, this can happen for a couple of different reasons. Reason number one, maybe the alarm hasn't actually been collecting data for long enough. As an example, maybe my alarm is going to take measurements across a 5-minute time interval. And in order for the alarm to get triggered or go off, my threshold needs to be exceeded for 3 consecutive 5-minute intervals. Well, that means when I create the alarm, until it's actually collected data for 3 5-minute intervals, it doesn't have enough data to evaluate whether the alarm has gone off, so it's going to say insufficient data. It just doesn't have enough data yet, and that makes perfectly good sense. The other one, and this has happened to me a few times, what if I create an alarm for an EC2 instance, a virtual machine, but then I delete the machine? The machine's just no longer there. I didn't need it anymore. Project's over, whatever. It's gone. Well, now that machine's not emitting any more data. The alarm's sitting there waiting for data. The insufficient data message now is telling you, yeah, I'm not getting any data. Now, when you do create the alarm, there is a setting that you can go in to address the idea of missing data. So if there's just no data coming in, what do you want the alarm to actually say? In other words, we don't have to say insufficient data. That's the default because there's missing data. It's insufficient, but we could change what that default is. Now, CloudWatch alarms are fabulous functions. They free up administrators to do other things while still watching what we care about. Understanding the messages that CloudWatch alarms are giving you, OK, alarm, or in our case, what does insufficient data mean? That is one of the keys to using these effectively. That's it for today's tip. We are going to always be cloud curious. Please reach out to your New Horizons account executive today or visit newhorizons.com to learn more about our AWS authorized classes.